So getting into some of the stuff, like I really wanted to get you on like about a month ago when I started seeing all these videos and photos of the under the overpass shows.
Yeah.
Like that gave me such a tingle in the balls. It was like, that is the type of show that I've always wanted to play. Like, just everybody meet here at this time and we're gonna rage and just throw something just out in the middle of nowhere. Obviously not in the middle of nowhere. It was probably a popular spot, but like I did speak to you off camera about this a while back, but like, what is that like? Who's putting stuff like that together?
It's crazy, man. That was like one of my favorite gigs I've ever done.
It looked so cool.
Yeah, it was amazing, you know, and it was exceeded my hopes, which was I'd been to a few of those shows through the last few years.
Yeah.
I've seen some friends play those kinds of shows, and it's one of those things when you go, you're like, fuck, I need to do this, you know?
Yes.
And it really, I think I'd heard about it because I have a cousin, Ryan. He's currently like grinding it out in bands right now, and he's much younger than I. He's like 22 years younger than me, or something, 20 years. Anyway, I remember him saying, "Oh, the bridge shows. This was in 2020 when like you couldn't even do a show at a venue." So
that's when they started doing it.
Yeah, the kids were like, well, the Van Horn underpass is where, you know, someone rents a generator and like a bunch of people just start playing a show there, you know, and they're the punk websites for like punk shows happening in town, and that's kind of where or like word of mouth, well, good old fashioned word of mouth. And you tell people, and it's also it's located in an area that's sort of, there's like a bike path and a sidewalk, and you kind of got to go from one neighborhood to the next, you kind of got to go through there. So you have people who show up because they know it's happening, and then you have people who stop because they're like going from one place to another, and the next thing you know, there's like 300 people there like going insane, and it went on for years. Yeah, it went on for years there, and I think our show was the last one before the cops crashed the party.
Started catching on.
Like,
a week later, someone was doing a show and they shut it down, and I'm pretty sure it's because they're like they knew what was happening there, and nothing bad ever happened. Kids just go there, they let off steam, play some music. It's not bothering anyone with the noise, and then they pack it up and go home. And I know the cops knew that place was there, but like, you know, I think they're planning, they're doing some construction there, or planning on doing some shit there, and they're like, okay, this is over. You guys can't be here anymore, which is a bummer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I was gonna ask, like, what if that would make sense for reasoning, but like, yeah, if there was kind of no reason for it, that just seems a little bit ridiculous to shut something like that down that is literally bothering no one.
And I mean, I get it if it's sort of a like they just built a bus, like a big city bus garage there or something like that. And I heard someone told me that they're planning on tearing down the overpass. But it's like they still haven't done anything there.
Yeah.
I don't know why they felt the need to all of a sudden just be like, no, it's over now here. You can't fucking do that.
Yeah.
It's shitty, but because it's like, who's it bothering?
Yeah.
Someone must have,
and not even that. Yeah. It's not only benign; it's actually good for the community.
Yeah,
you know?
And like so many people are excited. It's actually everyone's pumped to be there. It's the opposite.
Yeah,
like, that's a little wild. And like I something like that I know would not fly in a place like Saskatoon.
Oh yeah,
because there has been stuff I remember hearing. Like I think it might have been Bob Log, like, did a show underneath a bridge here, and one man band, and he did it because he thought it would just, I'm gonna do this after the set, because he met a bunch of people at the show that couldn't afford to go to the show at Amigos or whatever, He's like, well, is there a place where I can go? Like, you guys have a bridge you hang out and drink at? You know, like,
Do we?
And
We
like,
got a bunch of them.
and like, I think that happened like a really long time ago, but I guarantee you now, like, it is not a safe place to do that. Like, there
Yeah.
wouldn't be enough people to gather there to, I guess, push away all the undesirable people who would just wander up and start messing with things.
No one's allowed to be creative and have fun anymore.
Yeah,
That's what it is.
It's just
Yeah.
every city's different. Every you know, whatever, maybe political or who cares. But like, I find that there's enough people in a place like Montreal where you can go in there and inspire everybody. Well, let's just go. Let's go. I think it's the
Yeah.
only place that I know of in the country that like actively has like thousands of people in a protest. You know, if somebody doesn't like that, you know, coffee went up 50 cents, there's a fucking riot in Montreal.
Yeah.
It's like they'll go out into the street. It's like, yeah, let's
Yeah.
all band together and
Yeah.
like, hey, this ain't fucking right. And then down the street is like Scotiabank will open up a new bank and there's another 10,000 person parade. It's like, what? Everyone just loves parade culture around here. Like, and it kind of
It's a
reminded
wild
me of
city.
like New Orleans in a way, like that French culture, just with the, you know, it just get out in the street, say something. If you
Yeah.
got something to say, go and say it. Like all band together and do it, and like revolutionary style. But
Yeah.
you know, there's places that just don't allow that. It's like, hey, you're making noise.
Stop
It's
it.
like,
Yeah.
well, it's not noise. Okay, Grandpa, go yell at a cloud somewhere else.
hmm
Like,
Unfortunately, everyone's listening
I
to
wish-
all the yelling nowadays.
yeah, I
instead
wish
of just
more
chilling
stuff
out.
like that
Yeah.
could happen around here.
Here, brother. Here.
Yeah.
Uh,
Well, you know, it's hard won over here too. You know, like right
Oh,
now
yeah.
we're going through a municipal election, and
Right.
my friend Sergio, who owns a bar here called Turbo House, is running for city council, and
Is he
part
really?
of a big part of his thing, and he's hilarious, because he doesn't care whose feathers he ruffles.
That's
Um,
that's
I like
great.
that.
he'll straight up say, you know, fuck you to someone on Twitter, you know, like,
Yep.
and he's running for city council, which I think the rest of the councilors that's not really like a method that they like, but you know, it's it's just a big part of that is like, you know, because he owns a bar and they keep threatening, you know, noise ordinance stuff against them, and it's like,
And for a
because they're
place-
building condos in areas that have traditionally been like you know, nightlife areas,
And-
you know.
I remember hearing about Turbo House, what, 20 years ago? Like, does that not hold any water? Like, oh, we've been here running a successful,
Doesn't.
like, that's wild.
That's
Because
the world,
they
man.
started, you would have heard about them when they were running it out of their jam room.
For
you know,
sure.
and
For sure. It was a really
That's-
small little space, right?
yeah, and it was like, we're gonna do shows no matter what, you
Mhm.
know, and they've built it into this what it is now.
Yeah.
But you know, it's like, because of the way things are going, where it's like the real estate investors don't give a shit about culture or nightlife or any of that stuff. So it's like they're building residences in places, and they don't care that like they were there first, you know. And it's like, if you move into a neighborhood where there's like a bunch of bars and show venues, and then you complain about the noise, it's like, get
Like,
fucked, man. Like,
it-
what?
You know where you're building something.
Yeah.
You're trying to now
Yeah.
sell this to people who are obviously going to move here for the nightlife and the culture, but you still don't pay attention. That's
Buying a house on a golf course.
yeah.
Yeah,
And complain
yeah.
when your house gets hit.
What the
by a
hell?
golf
You
ball.
can't do that. Well, sir, you're on a golf course.
Yeah.
Like, what do you?
Why are all
Yeah,
these golf
and,
balls in my
like,
backyard?
Come on, let's be smart about this.
It's a bigger issue if you look at it, because you know, it's really tied into people who are investing in the real estate, and
Yep.
Oh yeah.
and how it all runs back to City Hall and everything else. But like, that's what Montreal is like the people who, and I think it comes from Quebec culture of being like, you know, the francophone thing of like, I think it comes down to spite, which is like one of my favorite things, right? Because it's like, you know,
you do
they-
like spite.
I do, and it's like, to relate to it here, it's like, the culture of Quebec exists in spite of Anglophone culture trying to crush it, and
It's just so true.
and that's woven into the fabric of like Montreal, and it's like, no, okay, so you're not allowing us to throw a show in a venue, so we're gonna rent a generator and do a show here, and fuck you.
Yes.
And
I love that.
Yeah, and it's part of that thing. Like, we're gonna do this in spite of you inhibiting us.
Yes.
Because we have to. It's important.
Yes. And
Yeah.
like that's what created, like, from what I remember hearing back in the day, like there was only so many people doing certain things, say in like the late 60s or early 70s, before you had the Grateful Dead and guys like this who have essentially now created the entire festival culture in North America and has been inspired by, and in Europe and stuff like that too, because there were bands who, we don't want to watch you play for 2.5 hours. It's like, okay, so we're going to bring a stage to a baseball diamond and invent a whole bunch of speakers and everything. We're throwing our own show, go to hell. And now the municipality or the county or whatever is, we're paying them rent. We're paying into the community. We're bringing people in to support your community. And that's going totally against the grain. And now every community and their mother, like Bonnaroo's been happening forever. Coachella, all these massive festivals have now been taken over by, gajillionaires and are so far removed from the reason why it happened in the first place.
Yeah.
And I remember hearing Rush did that back in the day because they couldn't get booked in bars all across Canada because they're like, no, you guys have too much gear. You're going to sit there and play for 2 hours. You're going to do all this. So what did they do? Bought staging, bought production, and rented baseball diamonds. And all of those places in every one of those towns ended up years down the line. They all have stories of these things. They all have this. We now have a culture established in our town because somebody came in and just did it on their own and said, screw you guys. Like, that resonates for decades. And that one thing. And look at where they are. They're absolute legends. And it all started with them saying, screw this. We're just going to do it on our own. Like,
counterculture always becomes culture eventually.
100%.
Love
and
that.
and then it gets co-opted by financial interests because it's too big not to.
Exactly.
It's like I can't remember who, I'm paraphrasing somebody who was talking about counterculture and the idea that, like, consider that, like, the counterculture that you thought of in the Gen X counterculture of the 70s and 80s is one. You can get your clit pierced at the mall.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's like it's no longer dangerous,
That's a great analogy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it's like everything that was once edgy and dangerous and being done, in spite of of the sort of, inhibitions of the culture at large is eventually becomes the culture,
That's great. And you say, like, to use Rush as the example of that. That's so perfect. Like 2112, literally, the label says to Rush, guys, your songs are way too long. Like, we can't have that. So let's go ahead and make them nice and short and sweet. So they go out and they do 2112. It's an entire A side of an album about, hey, this is the Temple of Syrinx over here. These guys are telling us that we can't do this. So guess what? We're going to do it so big that it's going to be an entire side of a record.
Yeah.
Just to show these overlords, we're not going to do it your way.
Yeah.
And like you say, that's how that became so popular, because it was the rally cry for everyone saying, yeah, screw labels, man, this is bullshit. They can't run us like that. And it's like, I love that, because that's what we need now more than ever right there.
Yeah.
And I think... okay, go ahead.
I was going to say, the labels are doing what they do, which is selling product.
Yeah.
And if you're unfortunately, in our culture, art is product.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, if you want to sell it, they're afraid of anything unconventional, right? So, but that doesn't work in concert with art,
Mm-hmm.
So you need people who are fearless, like Rush or whoever it is.
Yeah.
Any real artist is going to be like, no, fuck you. This is how I want to express myself right
That's it.
now.
Yeah.
And someone's going to see the value in that, and you will make your investment back, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just, I can't blame, shareholders for being nervous about something new.
Yeah.
But,
Right.
when it's art, when it comes to art, it's like, man, fuck you, you know?
Yeah.
I just picture Alex Lifeson sitting there tuning his guitar under a waterfall, saying those exact words. Oh man, the label's gonna hate this right now.
Yeah.
Oh, this is gonna just really fuck him over. I love this. Like putting a guitar tuning into a song to say "fuck you" is like the ultimate move for me. I love it.
Like I just think like right now with people especially complaining about concert tickets.
Yeah.
Now this is kind of across the board. This is a North American problem. I don't know if it's that much of an issue in Europe. I'm not attached to it. I hear Australia is trying to change some types of things to make things a little bit more standard for everybody. But like, say you got a band like, who did I see the other day? What was the guy? Teddy Swims? I don't know. I don't listen to his music, but like, you got guys like that going out and saying, I've been on tour for the past 2 years. The tickets have gotten so out of control. I can't control it. I make no money on ticket sales. I only made like hundreds of thousands of dollars in merchandise over the past 2 years. He's a massive star, but can't make very much money. He can only make money on merch the same way we all do, but is still going out there and saying that. It kind of irks me a little bit. It's like, well, stop playing. If you don't want to play at a arena that's overcharging people, then don't play there. Like if the world is all on the internet and everything, go play underneath a bridge somewhere. I'm pretty sure you'll go viral and sell a shitload of merch online. That seems like, oh, that's the moneymaker then. So if you got a Taylor Swift show that's, $350 a ticket to get into, and all you're doing is watching a couple dance moves played over the actual track that you love and know at home, I would prefer to go and watch the band that has shit recordings and will blow my fucking mind with a live show that sounds nothing like the recording. The recording's just there for them to sell merch. They didn't spend tens of thousands of dollars on this shit. They did it in their basement, and you go out and that experience that you're watching for $10 is going to blow your dick off. And it's like that, for some reason, I think is starting to come back a little bit because people literally can't afford to go and watch their favorite band. Mm-hmm. But like, there's bands out there that still kind of like, this is strange, but like Clutch per se. I'm pretty sure that they've been in the position to do bigger shows and have just literally said, why? Why would I do that? Why would I charge more than $30 a ticket going back to, this place in Virginia that I've been to 500 times? Why am I going to charge more people more money for this when you just want to come watch the tunes again? And like, they're so consistent and like, this is the way it is. But like, I don't know. It seems like in this day and age, the people at the top are now starting to complain about all the money that they're losing because everybody else is skimming off the top. And it's like, well, how about maybe make something a little bit more attainable for the regular everyday guy?
The problem is that these things become monopolized,
Right.
And like the big companies won't permit the venues to use other promoters,
Right. And now it's Ticketmaster, it's Live Nation who have kind of monopolized the whole bookings of all these things. But Live Nation can't buy an overpass. Maybe they should. But like, that's the kind of, what if the pop-up culture takes off and they don't see a change in their numbers? It's like, I don't know where I'm trying to get with this. It's just,
I think you're venting, and I love it.
I feel that there's a little bit of
bring it back to DIY, man. Do it yourself. Cut out that middleman.
There's people like myself who I'm going to start complaining about this more often, but I still haven't done shit. Like, I don't know who I'm complaining to. I don't know if I'm just, this is out into the wind. But like, I don't know, maybe the more I talk about it, the more I will open up,
Motivate yourself.
the idea to,
Yes.
maybe I should just get a generator that I can rent out to other people wanting to do shows. Like,
we have been saying we got to do a show.
Yeah, I think it's trying to find that balance that we've been talking about throughout here about like there needs to be, we don't live in a world that doesn't require money. So, tours cost money and everything else. It's just the people who control those arenas are like, don't care about art and culture. So, the Live Nations of the world and all this other shit. So, I mean, I think using whatever power you have to fight, and everyone has some level of power, is important. And like I heard about The Cure finding out about what these promoters were charging for their tickets, and they were like, no, like fuck you, like
there you go.
You got to do better than that, or we're gonna pull out.
Yeah,
and that's like them using what they have to make ticket prices for a hockey arena show like better. But then you have smaller level, bigger acts like Godspeed Your Black Emperor, who are they're gonna, instead of maybe they'll hit fewer markets, quote unquote, like in doing so, but like instead of doing one big show and charging $100 a ticket, they'll do like 5 shows in one town and charge $15.
Exactly.
And they do this thing where they're like, I remember when they sort of came back, like, I don't know, 12 years ago, and they hadn't played in some time. And they announced, okay, we're going to do 5 shows in Montreal, and it's $10 a ticket.
Beauty.
And it was the kind of thing where it was like the hottest shows in town. And I knew I know some people who know them, and they were, saying there's no guest list.
Absolutely. It's $10.
It's like, dude, it's $10. Buy a fucking ticket, man. Get fucked. Like, 100%. Get in line with everyone else. And those shows were ran. They were completely sold out.
Yep.
And it's like, that's how you do that. They're using their means to fight,
Yeah.
And we can do the same thing, like bands like mine who, were very obscure and small or whatever. It's like we can go do a show, in an improvised venue, whether it be outdoors or indoors, or like do shows in it's hard to do that, where it's like at this point I gotta charge $15-20 for a show because it's like the costs of doing them are, I don't want to eat shit doing a show, but.
And everyone's got to make their gas. Everyone's got to do all that stuff.
Yeah. But there's also this little thing on the punk level you see on all the posters with the youngins. Like I said, going back to them, like picking up things and of no one turned away for lack of funds, and it's that thing where it's like, if you can't afford the $15 and it's like, you got $5, like, come on in, like,
you have a reason to be here. You showed up because you probably really want to be here or didn't want to be somewhere else.
Yeah.
You want to participate in this culture?
Yes,
let's fucking go.
Yeah, you're very welcome.
Hell yeah.
And that's it's just inspirational to hear. And like, the guys like yourselves, like, I don't own a cell press recording, but if there is a picture or a video of you guys doing what you're doing, or McGee shows pictures of him playing drums and I'm just sitting there, it's just instant FOMO. Like, man, it's like what I would pay hundreds of dollars to fly to go watch you guys for 30 minutes and blow the doors off people because I haven't physically seen it in front of my face. Like, that is so enticing to me. And like, I want to buy a t-shirt, I want to buy stickers, I want to buy this stuff, but and still, this is my own kind of way, but I still wouldn't buy the record or the pressing of what you have to listen to it. I would buy it to put it on a shelf next to the other stuff because I want to keep it the way it is. I want to come back and I want to watch it again. I don't want to listen to the recording. I bought it for the art. I bought it to support my friends, and I want to go do this again. So I don't want to listen to the songs again. Like, I don't know if that happened to me in the last 10 or 15 years, but like, I really could give a shit about listening to my friends' bands I would rather.
Good line.
It's weird. I
Rather
would
support
rather
it.
just be there.
Yeah.
I want to watch it. I don't
Support
want
it.
to listen to it
Yeah.
because then it's just going to make me
Want it
all
more.
irked. It's just like, fuck, I wish I could have been there watching the recording. I wish I could have been there doing this or this and this. And it's driving me further and further away from actually just going to the show. It's like, oh, I got that record. Oh, they're touring this one again or whatever. That to me, I think, I don't know, my money should go into your pocket.
There you go.
Like that's it. And for whatever it is. And like when you guys put out new merch, when you put out merch, I bought this shirt a while back.
Yeah.
I want more shirts. I've been walking around at like bike events and like places in the States where there's lots of different artists and like everyone's got their own merch. And I'll walk around with this shirt on, the self-employed shirt. It's got a gun on it. And I got like, old guys walking up and just being like, that's badass. Sweet. Where do I buy one of those? I want that. It's like, oh, it's a friend from Montreal. I was like, oh, is he here? Can I go? Is there a booth? Can I go and buy that? And it's like, this is great. That kind of, I'm not saying it's just in that culture, but that everyone's so supportive of the little thing that you have. Where is it?
Yeah.
I want it. Here, I'll give you this. I'll give you that. Like, so for bands to have something that's a little bit more personal, like with Lavagoat, we've always had a lot of success selling merch because we have access to Graham, who offers his services and being like, hey, we don't have a shirt for this. Can I make one up? And we're sitting there just like, absolutely. Because it's better to come from you than from anywhere else. This is all organic from the art, the music, the mindset, the money, to buy the merch, to sell to somebody else. Like, it's so much more meaningful. But do you have the same feeling that kind of most of us do, where it's like, hey, how much should we charge for this shirt? It's like, well, we paid $9 for it. It's like, well, let's just charge $15. And it's like, no, we should probably be charging like 20. And then you go to a show, it's like, oh, they're charging $40 for this shirt that just says the name on it. This is an actual piece of art with other stuff on it. And yes, it's screen printed with one color or whatever, but like, what is it inside of us as artists that is always trying to kick our own ideas back down into the sewer? It's like, why don't we allow ourselves to succeed?
Well, I think it's like a game of ethics, because the more you think about it,
You see,
the
ethics is
well, that's what
Sorry,
it is for me, because
Billy
it's
Mays.
I don't want. I'm not trying to get rich selling T-shirts.
Yes.
It's there to supplement and to pad my way,
Yes.
And I have problems like this is great. You're wearing a shirt that I designed, and it's screen printed, right?
Yes.
And I charge $20 for those shirts.
Yes.
And I'm wearing my newest shirt. I don't know if you can see it. It's like Bebop and Rocksteady in
Ninja
love.
Turtles, yes.
In love. Beautiful. Beautiful.
Yeah,
It's
and they're both
amazing.
well hung, and their bulges are touching.
Ah.
And-
Obviously,
a little bit
yes.
of docking
You know,
happening there.
True love right there.
yeah,
Yeah.
and it's there's a legendary gay illustrator named Tom of Finland, and he did a drawing of two leather daddies. Like this is my ripping off him,
That's
but putting the Ninja Turtles in there.
that's awesome.
And yeah, I wanted to keep I made a print of this, and I wanted to keep the integrity of the drawing on the shirt. So I tried a different printing method, and it's expensive. I forget. I think it's called direct to garment or something like that. Like they it's not screen printed, right?
It's
So-
like lasered on there or something.
something like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like it's total. You can't feel the print. Like
there's no like kind of I know what you mean.
Yeah. But these shirts cost me. I ordered 40 of them, and they cost me $18 each.
Jeez.
So it was a conundrum for me, going like, I need to make some money on these shirts. You
Sure.
know?
You don't want to make $2 on the shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm selling them at tattoo conventions, so it's there to add money to my time that I'm spending at the conventions, but I'm not under any illusions that I'm a t-shirt salesman who's making profits off my t-shirts.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm trying to find a happy medium of like, I can't sell these for $20, man. Like I'm not gonna make $1.50 a shirt here. Like,
Yep.
you know, and I'm also at the point of being legit enough that like I'm declaring shit with the government. So it's like I
Yep.
have to pay taxes too.
Yes,
So the shirts cost me a lot more than $18. I have to pay
100%.
taxes on the fucking shirt. So it's like I was like, and I remember talking to a few people going like, would you buy this shirt for $40? And they're like, yes,
Yeah. Yes.
because it's you made it.
Yes.
You know?
Thing.
We're
Exactly.
paying
And-
for a piece of art that you made, and I get to wear it.
Yeah.
I don't even.
Yeah.
I'm not even.
show it off.
I get to show it to more people
Yeah.
and not wait for them to come to my house and show it to them on the wall.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
yeah.
go out and show people.
But that I feel weird about like charging twice the price that I do for the shirt that you're wearing because it's still just a fucking t-shirt, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean, you know, like in some people's minds, I think they go if as soon as they sell, because people are buying this shirt and that's great. They're spending the money on it and that's awesome.
Mhm.
I also found a way to sweeten it at the conventions where it's like, I'll give you a print
Mhm.
if you buy the shirt. The print cost me $1 to make.
Right.
So if you spend $40 and you pick a print off the table and you can have that and the shirt. Just to give people a little something extra, you
Yeah.
know?
And because you
And-
want to give them, it's not necessarily incentive. That's like you're giving a little high five at the end.
Yeah, exactly. It's like thank you, you know?
Yeah.
But I think some people might go, okay, well, people bought my shirt at $40, so now that shirt that you're wearing is $40. And it's like that's not something I'm gonna do.
Yep.
It's like that shirt's $20 because it cost me $10 to make.
Yep.
You know? I'm not gonna go now. And now I know you spent like I'm trying not to be a fucking merciless capitalist here.
Yes.
You know, like
That's
Yes.
it.
it's like you know, now that I know you'll spend that much, they're all that much. You know, like
Yes.
that's not how this is gonna go. You know,
And this is kind of where I'm getting at. Like if we were sitting there at a merch booth and the last time we came in and sold a shirt, it was $20 and you realized you lost a whole bunch of money. Next show you come up, the shirt's $40. And somebody's like, what the fuck, man? Why are you selling it for $40? We could have this
Yeah.
exact conversation and you would have no problem talking about it. And
Yeah.
no one would have any problem talking about it. But here's the weird thing about the larger, arena bands, we'll say. So an arena band goes in and normally charges $40 for a t-shirt. But you can't charge that at an event center who's taking 45% of that. So what they do is, we have to up the prices. And now those t-shirts are $90 because they still want to get their profit out of that regular $40 sale. So now we
Yeah.
have to up it to $90. And
For a
that's the
t-shirt.
thing with like a Metallica or a Slayer even, or any of these bands who have been doing this for a long time. And people complain, why are hoodies $180? Why are these, and people have been asking this for 20, 30 years. Why is everything so fucking expensive? The one thing that I don't like and that I don't trust is that those guys never say anything about it. They don't come
Yeah.
out and say the venue is charging this much and this, because they don't want to piss off these people.
Then you guys.
But they're the ones with the power. They're the ones who can say we can take this to an outdoor stadium or we can go take our production somewhere else. We can go do this and not have a 45% increase. They're the ones who are, in the grand scheme of things, the ones who are going to change it. But
Yeah.
they won't. And that's a huge piss off because yes, believe that Lars Ulrich is an everyday man. Bull fucking shit. Like you aren't. If you were, you would have said something about it. You would have
Yeah.
said, "Hey, no, these guys are this, this, and this. We still only want to make our $16 off of that T-shirt that's $90 because this is the pay structure. This is how this works." No one's ever, when they're that high up, they're not allowed to talk about any of these things,
Right.
which is
Yeah.
absolutely insane when they're billionaires and they don't need it and they can change the system.
A wad of money that's blocking their mouths. Right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all that is.
And I mean,